Hello, this is Michele. This is the astrological update for Leo for the whole of March 2017. Now, I have to say there's one theme that is going throughout this month, and that the theme for you is adventure, exploring your unique soul, traveling, studying and learning, and you cannot get away from it. The big astrological news of this month is that Venus, the planet of love, is going retrograde, is going backwards. And it's taking us all back to the past, connected to our relationships, of course, but also, in your case, connected to how your relationships have impacted your learning, your studying, your sense of adventure in the world. For some people, relationships would have taken you to other countries, other continents, or encouraged you to study things. But it may be that you've held back from traveling, learning, or pushing yourself because you were compromised connected to relationships. All of this is coming to a head this month, and if you're meant to have an adventure, you're going to know about it this month. Let's start at the beginning, and straight away all the energy is there, shining a light on that fiery area for you. We have the moon in your position of adventure, joining forces with Venus, the planet of love, Mars and Uranus. Now, there could be an unexpected connection to somebody overseas, different culture, eccentric or unusual. It could be that suddenly you feel that you want to express yourself in an unusual way and that you don't want to be tied down. But there is great passion straight away from the beginning of this month, and a revelation on the 1st, because everything is there. So it's sort of unavoidable. On the 2nd, you've got a lot of stuff coming up from your unconscious, connected to your sense of power and powerlessness. We've got the sun, your ruler, in your position of power and powerlessness, lust, obsession, intense primal emotions, and it's joining forces with Neptune, the spiritual god. And there could be some kind of real message, important psychic message for you on the 2nd, so really pay attention to that. On the 3rd, Jupiter is opposing Uranus. You have this need and desire for freedom. Uranus, being also involved in this adventure energy, is pushing you to maybe react rashly or over-enthusiastically. I can't even say that today. Being very enthusiastic to a conversation that may involve you doing things differently. But your whole vibe is that you want to shake things up. Venus actually goes stationary and turns retrograde on the 4th, and this is major news because it rarely happens, and so that's why you have to pay particular attention to that particular area. And it's going on until the 15th of April, so there's this whole journey back in time to really work out how much of a wild free spirit you are, and if there's anything you've missed along the way to do with learning and expanding your horizons, and your whole philosophy of life is going to be re-examined in some way, because basically you want to be happy now. You want to make a commitment to happiness. Saturn is in your position of happiness, which is quite an interesting combination, and happiness for you is to find out who you are and to be free to journey in the way that you want. You've got some very intense conversations this month, with the sun being in the 8th house. And the sun is conjunct Mercury, the planet of communication, on the 7th. So there should be a secret conversation. Possibly there's a secret flirtation or a discussion of your secrets or someone else's secrets. But all in all, it'll be very interesting. Now on the 10th, we have the moon in your sign. And it's creating a grand fire trine with Mars and Saturn. That should be a super fabulous day for you. You're feeling optimistic, you're feeling emotional, you're feeling super excited about life, and you hopefully should be on a high on the 10th and also see the way forward. On top of that, Mars is shifting signs and it's going into your career zone, so you get a real boost of energy when it comes to your career, and you're also feeling that, well, don't know if reckless is the right word, but you're feeling passionate about what you want to do career-wise. The full moon on the 12th is in your position of finance, and it's trine Pluto in your work, taking care of details zone. So you may come up with an idea of how to tweak things to improve your finances, but there should be some sign, symbol, or psychic revelation connected to your finances. So really pay attention to that on the 12th. On the 15th, the Sun is conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer. Again, you're healing some primal issues, some stuff to do with your past and your childhood and your soul. If you felt in any way powerless over the past 18 months, or in any way that issues to do with the past, your childhood, your kind of things that have stopped you really being able to show yourself. In fact, maybe even some wounds that made you the strong warrior you are today. But there's some kind of peace and healing coming to that. And again, your soul is saying, okay, Leo, it's time to commit to your happiness and allow yourself to be happy and forgive yourself for the past and let go of other people's stuff and move forward. On the 20th, the Sun is entering that position of adventure that I was talking about that filters down through the whole of this month. And you are shining in that light. You are going to feel more and more confident about expressing who you are, more and more confident about doing something differently, either traveling or learning or doing something that involves you being free. Freedom is a very big buzzword for you this month. And you're going to find it very difficult if you've got some responsibilities that are stopping you being free. But just be very careful how you get out of those commitments. Do it with gentleness. I know you're going to be very eager to just go off on your own journey, but just be a little bit sensitive. An excellent day this month is the 25th, where the Sun is conjunct Venus. That's a beautiful day because your ruler is on the same vibe as Venus, the planet of love, and there could be some lovely little excitement on that day for you where you are exploring love in a new way. That sounds good to me. And finally, on the 28th, we have the new moon. Guess where it is? Your position of adventure, expansion, being eccentric, expressing yourself, studying, learning, and you're entering into a new cycle where you'll no doubt have a profound new view of the world and your sense of who you are and what you can achieve, and also the ability to truly express yourself without really caring what other people think. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for listening, and please, if you haven't yet, it'd be great if you could subscribe, share, like, or comment. Take care. See you next week.